much.
Thank you very much. I would like to share my PowerPoint. Is it okay? First, I would like to introduce myself. Okay. There is a lot of motorcycle you can see on the road. There are lots of motorcycle brands. Do you know the Japanese motorcycle? The most famous one is, I think, Yamaha. Okay, Yamaha is famous for motorcycle. My name is Hamaya. Now you can easy to remember my name. My name, Hamaya. Hamaya is my family name. Okay, I'm now going to explain about our foundation. This is today's agenda. I'm going to explain about the Sumitomo Group and the establishment of the Sumitomo Foundation and the grant program for this year, especially for the grant for Japan research project. The Sumitomo Foundation. Okay, about the Sumitomo Group. The origin of the Sumitomo Group of enterprises go back to the latter half of 17th century, when its copper refined business started in 1691, more than 300 years ago. Sumitomo Group has a long history. Establishment of the Sumitomo Foundation. The Sumitomo Foundation was established as a non-profit grant-making foundation by the 20 Sumitomo Group Company with the following mission in September 1991 in commemoration of the 300th anniversary of the Sumitomo business. So Sumitomo Group has more than 300 years history, and the Sumitomo Foundation also have more than 30 years history. Long history we have. Those are the list of the 20 group company. You can see from number 1 to number 20. Sumitomo Group has more than 1,000 of group company, and among these 20 Sumitomo Group company.
Kenichi,
Yes.
Your slide, your screenshot belum done not so.
You cannot see my slide.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
All right, I'll try to.
Mr. Kenichi, not to share screen your slide. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay, all right.
Can you see my slide?
Yes.
Oh, sorry about that one. Okay, so this is today's agenda about us and the grant program for this year, and especially for the grant for related research project. And the Sumitomo Group has started its business in 1991, more than 300 years ago. There is a long history. And the Sumitomo Foundation was established in 1991 in commemoration of the 300th anniversary of the Sumitomo Group start business. Sumitomo Foundation was a non-profit grant-making foundation by the 20 Sumitomo Group companies. And those are the 20 Sumitomo Group companies. Okay, Sumitomo Group company, more than 1,000 of group company. Among these 20 group company donated to the Sumitomo Foundation. So the 20 companies like the chemical company, heavy industry company, and the banking, and the trading company, life insurance. And also number 14, NEC Corporation. It's the company for the IT field, like the face recognition and the submarine cable. So those 20 companies contributed to this Indonesian people or Indonesian government directly. And this financial background is 22.5 billion Japanese yen. That is almost equal to US dollar 160 million. US dollars. Our mission to contribute the betterment of human societies through conducting following 5 grant programs. So we have 5 major programs. Today's main one is the grant for Japan-related research project. This one can apply both in English, either in English or Japanese. And we have a grant project for the protection or restoration of cultural properties both in Japan and outside Japan. And also we have a grant for environment research project and a grant for basic science research project. Okay, those are the project, 5 major project, the cultural worldwide and Japan one. This one, the application period starts from October 1st to end of October. And the number 4, number 5, environment and the basic science. Those are the project, the target for the all over the world. And the language either in English or Japanese. But this year's project already finished. This year's one is start from April 15 to June 30. And these two, I don't explain in detail this today because those project researcher must belong to Japanese university or Japanese organization. So Indonesian researcher can apply, but the Indonesian researcher must belong to Japanese university or Japanese organization. So I don't explain in detail. If you are interested in this one for the next year's one, please visit to our website. Detailed information you can see from our website. The number 1, Japan-related research project. Okay, this one targeted for East and Southeast Asia. Language, as I mentioned, either in English and Japanese. Application period start from September 1st to October 31st, end of October. So now is the good timing for me to explain about this one. Grant for Japan-related research project, outline, past history, categories for expenses, and this is schedule. The purpose of the program. The program aims at enhancing mutual understanding between Japan and, the program aims at enhancing mutual understanding between Asian countries and Japan through promoting research projects in any field, including the social sciences or humanities that is related to Japan. 2 key points. Enhancing mutual understanding between Asian countries and Japan. And the second one is your research project have to relate it to Japan. This is 2 key important points. Eligible project for application. Any research project to be carried out by individual, that means by yourself or with a collaborator. This program is not a scholarship, fellowship, or grant for the publication of research result alone. So followings are not suitable. Research for profit-making, contracted research project for a third-party, research project which have been already substantially completed. Qualification of the applicant. Researcher of Asian nationality, non-Japanese, so Indonesian people can apply this one. Researcher who is living outside Japan. Indonesian researcher who live in USA, Australia, Singapore can apply, but cannot live in Japan during the research period. Researcher who has a plan to stay in Japan for more than a half a year in the research period as a student or visiting professor is requested to decline the application. Once you're selected, our researcher must conduct a proposed research by himself or by herself. Application language, either in English or Japanese. Main evaluation criteria. The subject, the eligibility of the subject, feasibility, suitability. Those are the criteria for main evaluation. We don't explain in detail about the criteria, but the important thing is that when you apply, okay, your application form, from your application form, whether your project can really do it within the research period, that means 1 year, whether your research can really do it with your budget, whether your plan is concrete one, whether your plan is a suit for our target. Those are the important points. And this is not the entrance exam. So we don't choose from number 1, number 2, number 3, okay? We choose one from the language, we choose one from the economy, we choose one from the history, and we choose one from the young one, we choose from the one from the old people, and the one from Jakarta, one from the Medan, one from Surabaya, something like this, okay? So we don't disclose the detailed criteria for the evaluation, but we need the diversity for this project. So we choose the different kind of the aspect. Expenses covered by the grant. Direct expenses for proposed research, such as the remuneration for cooperator assistant, not for applicant or collaborators. Once, when you do your research project, maybe you hire some assistant or translators, we can pay for it. Transportation, accommodation, both domestic and overseas trip, communication and courier, rental, procurement of goods, but not for a general use products. Printing, publication of research result, we can pay for it. This portion will explain in detail later again. Fiscal, this year's program, application period start from September 1st up until end of October. We accept only application by online system. We don't accept any the document by post or courier. This one also later I explain. Grant period, once you selected, your research period start from April 2024 and 1 year, March 2025. So important thing is that when you apply, please make your plan within 1 year basis, not 2 years, 3 year basis, okay? But once you select, and after you start your research project, something happened like a COVID-19 or delay of your research project with a certain reason, you can extend up to 2 years, okay? So important, 1 year base project plan, okay? Grant amount, please develop a plan by Japanese yen or US dollar. The grant amount to be decided upon a screening by the selection committee appointed by the foundation. Last year case, the minimum one is 0.2. The maximum one is 1.3 Japanese yen. That is around 1,400 US dollars to 9,000 US dollars. That is the last year's case. But important thing is that when you apply, the maximum amount of the project is US dollar 2 million. The total budget for all Asian countries is 50 million Japanese yen. The selection of the application will be made by the foundation selecting committee made up of certain persons of high academic standings. That is the Japanese professors. The final decision will be made by the foundation board of directors. The recommendation letter is needed when you apply. This recommendation letter is a free form in Japanese or English from a person with academic background regarding the proposed research, the applicant and the collaborators. Sometimes we see a recommendation from the rector or dean, but those rector and the dean have not the background regarding the proposed research. That is not important, a good one. We need, with an academic background regarding the proposed research, the applicant and the collaborators. And this letter can be issued by, the American professors, the US, Australian professors, Japanese professors, any people with an academic background. And this recommendation letter should be signed using the letterhead of the organization which the recommender belongs to. And the issue by the collaborator involved in this application shall not be acceptable. That means the collaborator cannot make a recommendation letter. Those are the past grant history. You can see last year, total 600 applications came to us. Among this, 68 was selected. That means more around 10 to 12% of the selection, very severe competition. But judging from, please see this Malaysian portion. Among these 600, 350 applications came from Malaysia. Okay, so other than Malaysia, in fact, Indonesia is the second largest one, but the 78 applications came to us. Among this, 13 was selected, around 16 to 20%. Still high competition, but compared with Malaysia is less than 3%. So still there is a good percentage, I think, of the selection. Categories of applicable expenses again. As I mentioned, transportation, both domestic, overseas trip. And also accommodation, both domestic and overseas trip. Communications like telephone, mail, courier. Rental, procurement of the goods. But those are not for consumable equipment or general use, like the PC or a printer. Those are not suitable for all expenses. Remuneration for research cooperator assistant. We don't pay for the researcher itself or collaborators. Printing and publishing of the research result, and the expenses for the meeting and others. When you do your business trip for the research activities, we can pay for transportation, accommodations, but as for your food and drinks, please pay by yourself. This is the schedule of this year. Again, application period start from September 1st next month, up to end of October. Evaluation period, after this, from November to beginning of February. And once you select, the final decision making will be done at the beginning of March. Notification to the applicant, also beginning of March. Once you select it, we'll make an agreement. After that, we pay for it. You can start your research period from April 2024 up to March 2025. But you can extend, if you have a program, March 2026. And please submit your completion report and the financial report June 2025 to June 2026. Later, I'll explain our completion report, just one page, A4 size report, and the financial report also one page. And we don't request any evidence for the financial report. That means you don't have to correct all the ticket or invoices when you buy something or when you do your business trip. We trust you. Please contact us. This is our homepage. We have a Japanese homepage and the English homepage. Later, I'll explain. And if you have questions, please send email. This is Japan related at Sumitomo. We can reply in English or Japanese. This is our homepage. Okay. Oh, sorry. This is our homepage. Oh, sorry. This is not the one, the actual one. Sorry. Okay, this is our homepage. You can see we have a Japanese one and the English one. Today I'm going to explain by using this English one. Okay, this is the, this portion, the grant for Japan related research projects. You click this one. This is the project guideline, the grant for the Japan research project, the purpose of the program, the qualification, which I already explained. The final application period. Okay, important thing is that this page, this portion, application procedure. Okay, application period for this year, as I mentioned, start from the September 1st. After September 1st, please click this portion. Now it's closed, but after September 1st, you can click this portion and then you can register your email address and access to our URL, fill in the necessary information, and then data sending. Then you can register of your application form. Very easy. And this is application guide. This is application guide. You can see from the detailed information. Almost everything I already explained today's presentation, but you can see from the information. And this one, the procedure and the instruction for application, how to apply. You can see from this. And the application, we have both PDF one and the Word file. And please download this Word file to your computer. Then please fill out the necessary information. Total 8 pages. Okay, please fill out all the necessary information from this Word file. And we have FAQ. So if you have some question, please visit this FAQ first. Then, but you still have not resolved your question, please send the email, as I mentioned, to our foundation's email address. And here, research project award. Please visit this portion. You can see from China, Korea, Taiwan, Indonesia. You can see from here who was selected, what kind of theme, okay? So those are the names of the recipients and what that is the title of the research project. Like the Ahmad Nuriuda-san was selected last year with this project. And also, oh, sorry. So you can see from here who was selected and what kind of the project listed here. And the here you can see in 2019, Anjen Anusari-san was selected and listed here. The old one, we already have a research result, so we posted. This is the links. Like Ngadi-san case. His report, you can see one page, just one page of the research project completion report, and the publication result for another one page. That's all. So we need the official completion report, just one page, and just one page of the financial report. So to apply, please access to the application site from the Sumitomo Foundation website. Application site can be used from September 1st. Please wait until then. Please prepare for your application form. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening. That's all my presentation.